Alright, camping in the Hoosier National Forest. Hey, I talk about it in my videos a lot. I went to sleep probably about 45 minutes ago, and all of a sudden I heard this car coming into the campground area super fast. And it was a sheriff. He had his lights on. But instead of turning into Northface, he went on down to the south slope. So I don't know what's going on, but he had his lights on, but he barely hit his siren a couple times, just enough to make a little bit of noise. But he's kind of coming in at a quiet ascent is what he was doing. I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty weird. But, you know, you got to remember, when you camp and you go out into places like this, it's not a Disney World. So things can go wrong. What's went wrong here? I don't know. It's just in case this problem rose over here into the Northface. Be careful, folks. When you camp, hey, have fun. It's fun to be out here, but things can go wrong now and then. That's so weird. You know, I just talked about this in the last video. So, I don't know. I don't hear anything going on over there. So, I'm going to go ahead and shut the light off now and just kind of be quiet and see what happens. That was weird. I don't know. For him to come in like that with lights on, all his lights on, but then a silent approach, it sounds like somebody didn't get hurt. It sounds like there's a problem, and he had to come in fast. Okay, I'm going to shut these lights off. We'll see what happens. Okay, the sheriff's car just left here. He didn't have his red and blue lights on, but he had some kind of a searchlights shooting off both sides as he went by. That's weird. I wonder what's going on. Everything seems to be quiet. And he left the park. I was listening to see if maybe if he went a different way, like if he went into the park toward Indian Lake, but I think he turned and went out to the highway. Okay. Screeva stick on standby. Mora knife on standby. Plus a few extra surprises. I guess I'll try to go back to sleep. Hoosier National Forest. It's not Disney World. I'm gonna go to sleep now. That's a barred owl right above my tent. He's calling for his mate. It's a real treat to hear that in the Hoosier National Forest. I'm actually surprised my light is not scared. That's pretty funny. He's not scared. He'll take off in a little bit. If there was a mate close by, she'd start making some wild sounds. Ooh! You won't like that. That probably scared him. Or he's gonna come land on my tent. Well, interesting night here in the Hoosier National Forest. Hey, with all this activity going on, I'm probably not going to get to sleep anytime soon anyways. But I thought I'd show you this. This is probably important because, I talk about, security, being secure in the forest. Anytime you camp, wherever you camp, whether it's the Hoosier National Forest, whether it's the Shawnee National Forest, anywhere across the country. You go to these big wilderness areas, you just got to always take precautions. Now, here's something I'm going to show you that I always do, no matter what, just for security purposes. What the plan is here is in the middle of the night, something happens. I've got to get up and I've got to defend myself. Well, right below the cot here, this is my scriba stick right here that I'm trained at with Shotokan karate. But a stick like this is very important. If somebody did try to come through your tent, you definitely can use a stick like this and poke or smack, whatever you need to do, but it gives distance in between you and that person or that animal, whatever it is that's trying to come through your tent. But I have it laying right here, right next to me. Of course, there's my Moore knife. I've got it ready to go. Actually, I have another knife sitting here handy. That's the one I carry, so I just take that out of my pocket before I go to bed, and I just lay it right there too. Now, here's a real important thing. Keys. You want your keys to your vehicle to be right there, ready to go. In case you have to evacuate your tent, you don't want to be searching, where's my keys, where's my keys. This is just a money clip that I've got right here. And this right here is the remote control to the lights that are on the Selvin boat. If I'm camping in the Pontiac, Montana, the 2004 Pontiac, Montana, the lights are on it. Transferred them over to the Selvin. If I have, in fact, if something walks into camp, they'll come on. Now I can override them by either turning them off or turn them on and leaving them on. So I have that remote control right there handy. You can see, sleeping in here, everything is right there, stacked up, ready to go. I've got my shoes ready to go. I'll take my hat, and I've got it sitting right by my shoes. So in case you need to get out of here fast, everything's ready to go. You're not scrambling. Normally my cell phone is laying there too, but you can see I've got it charging with the rest of my cameras for tomorrow's adventure. He's back. That's funny. Out of the whole forest, he keeps coming right back here. Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? A couple guys at Gander Mountain were, he flew over. He's talking to the one over on the other. Oh, listen, they're doing their thing. Oh, dang. They're too far away. You're not going to be able to hear them. But they go, like, when he's calling like that, actually it was John Johnson. He was really good. He was a really good owl caller. John Johnson was he could call out owls. He was really good at it. And what's so funny is he was teaching me how to do it. And the way the call goes is he would go, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" And he could do that in a way it sounded just like that owl did, that bar owl did just a minute ago. So it'd be like, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" But he could do it a lot better. And what happens is when they get into it, and then the female starts talking, she'll start going, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." It's like that. "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? Wah, 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 wah." I better stop doing it. I mean, these owls are aggressive. They're liable to land on this tent, try to come through these screens. Anyways, there you go. In case you want to sound like a barred owl, you just say, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" Yeah, that other noise, I don't know what that is. That's wah, 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 wah. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I better get to sleep. Morning's coming early. Okay, so my lights on the Selman are too dark for my video, but I'm going to take a picture and I'll show you what they're like, a still picture. Because one of them just came on. It's probably a raccoon or something walking around out there, I would imagine. Usually something coming around looking for food. I forgot about something I need to check out. To be careful. I have my lunchbox in the boat, and I started hearing some noise, and I thought, oh crap, raccoons are inside my boat. So, see, they'll rummage through all this stuff, but this is the main thing. This has got food in it right here, so I definitely have to take this. This has got the food in it. I got to take this out of the boat. Man, I almost made a rookie mistake. It's right here, and I definitely have to put that in the Jeep. They're going to get in it. The raccoons are going to get in it and have a meal. Yeah, see, even went ahead and got in the boat here. Even stuff like this right here. these Zoom things. They've got a scent to them. Man, those raccoons will be all over that. I need to put those in my tackle box. Make sure them guys don't get it. Tell you what, there's another thing. If you've never camped around raccoons before, holy cow, they get into everything. And the bad thing is, they will. See, there's something right there. There's from a keto bar, but it smells like chocolate. So I definitely don't want them in that. Go ahead and put that in my tackle box too. Wow. Hang on. What else I got that we can get into here? I don't know. Maybe I ought to close this bag up right here. You know, I was out on the water from probably 5 o'clock in the morning till, I guess it was probably 7 or 8 before I got off. I decided I got back in just enough time to set camp up, and it got dark, and I was tired, and I thought, okay, I'll just take care of all this. Alright, let's go ahead and get back in the Gazelle and try to get some sleep. Man. Alright, I just saw something walking around behind my tent. Let's see if we can spot it. What worries me is it looked like it was white, which tells me it could be a skunk. Yeah, that would be trouble right there. Well, I don't see it, whatever it was. Yeah, something's coming in. Of course, that's normal. When you camp in like any kind of a forest or anything, you're always going to have little critters going to come in. You know, that's why you got to make sure you put everything up. Alright, well, I think I've got my cooler out. They're not going to get into that. My Gatorade, the Selvin, I don't know if they're going to get into it or not. I hope not. Alright. Eventful night. One more lesson when you're camping, especially if you're new at camping. If you hear something at night, like, see, I was laying there and I heard something. It sounded like something like banged the boat or made a noise by the boat, by the Selvin. So I'm laying here and I'm thinking, now see, that's not normal. The Selvin wouldn't just sit there and make a noise by itself. Whatever that was going through the woods behind the tent, that's what it was. It was either a raccoon or it was a skunk. But a skunk usually don't climb into stuff like that, I don't think. And I don't smell a skunk anywhere either. So it might have been a cooney boy. Could have been a possum too. Possums are pretty light colored. So anyways, it'll be back. You can't keep them from coming in your campsite. So just make sure you put your food up. You know, this isn't bear country or anything like that. If you're in bear country, obviously you'd have everything hung in trees, or you'd have it all locked up in a safe or in a bear box. You know, they got locks with bear boxes on them. I'm going to try to go to sleep again. The noises are going to continue, I guarantee. It's just like one of those nights when stuff happens. All right, going to bed. That was weird. This is the weirdest night. I heard something right outside the tent. And so I grabbed my scriba stick and I smacked it on the floor and I said, "Get out of here," and I heard it take off. Well, I'm thinking it was probably a raccoon or a possum. Now there's a coyote at the next campsite over there starting to howl. It must have been a coyote. Holy crap. Some nights are just more adventurous than others, I guess. I turn the light on, he stopped howling. I'll see if he starts to howl again, I'll try to turn the light back on. Man, that's incredible. It's incredible. That coyote was like right next to the tent here. See, that's why you want to take a scriba stick. For instance, if you carried a firearm, you don't want to shoot through your tent at a coyote, but if you got a scriba stick, you just tell him once, and if he tries to come again, knock him right in the head. Alright. I got a feeling I ain't never going to get no sleep tonight. Alright, well, needless to say, that was a crazy night last night. I can't believe everything going on. But that's kind of part of an adventure. You never know when you go out. The weirdest thing was not only the sheriff pulling in with the lights flashing and all that going on, the big owls that were sitting in these trees right above me right here most of the night calling back and forth. The weirdest thing was the coyote that twice circled my tent. That's weird. He was so close that it could have been a she, that I felt it kind of rub along the side of the tent as it was walking around the tent. That was strange. That was so strange. And the first time, I yelled at it "Hey, get out of here." And I took my scriba stick and I smacked it on the ground and I heard it scuffle off. Well, at that point right there, I thought it was like a pretty big raccoon or something. But then it went right over here to the campsite right next to me and started howling, started barking and kind of howling. It was like, what the heck? The one thing that I can think of that it might be is my daughter and son-in-law borrowed the gazelle. Oh, it's been a month or so ago, but they've got 2 dogs and 2 cats that they took. Actually, they got 2 dogs and 2 kittens that they took with them. And I'm kind of wondering if that coyote wasn't smelling him, because I didn't have any food in the tent. I never put food in the tent. Even in a backpack, I make sure I either put it in the car or I tie it up or do whatever. But I don't take food inside the tent. Anything that would smell like food. And then the other thing I can think of is, this is my first adventure with, having a fishing boat and taking a fishing boat camping with me. So I just kind of wondered, like yesterday, I was out on the water, I'm going to guess 5:30 in the morning to 7:30 in the evening, at least that long. So, probably 14 hours. Well, catching those fish, and a lot of fish will jump off and land on the bottom of the boat, and I'll pick them up, and all my fishing poles and stuff like that have fish sent to them. I kind of wonder if that's not an attraction for these animals. Because not only the coyote, but I know there was raccoons and there was possums, all kind of things kind of circling yesterday. It's strange because most of the time when I come here, I haven't heard any animals in a while, so that was a very unusual night. Okay, you can hear my phone right there just beeped. That means I've got cell service here in the Hoosier National Forest. If you come, sometimes you'll have cell service here at the Northface campground. Most of the time, if you're out on the lake, Indian-celina Lake, you're not going to have any service at all. It just floats through every once in a while. Your phone will ding, and then by the time you get to it, the service is already gone. Well, you can see over here that the sun is coming up behind the trees right here. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I kind of need to get back to the cabin tonight, by this evening. Got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Maybe decide to Indian Lake. I might as well see if the Selvin will launch on Indian Lake while I'm here. And even if it does, I may go out there for 2 or 3, 4 or 5 hours or whatever. All depends what the fishing's like, and then come back, break camp down, and head back home. All right, glad you came along. Hope you got a better night's sleep than me. I opened my eyes this morning, it's starting to get light, and I'm thinking, wow, I wonder how much sleep I got last night. It could have been much. It could not have been much. Well, it's called Indian Lake, yet the Indians don't own it. Why is that, my friend? It's called Indiana, yet the Indians don't own it. I guess there's mysteries that way.